Oh my gosh, my beautiful Bordelaise sauce is ready. Oh, I think I'm going to put 2 scoops on that. On my beautiful New York strips, you could do that on filet mignon with the bone marrow. Now I'm going to dig out the bone marrow, put it on there. There we go. And then a little parsley. Not too much. Put some on the side for decoration. Look at that. Beautiful. Bonne soirée, bon appétit. I hope you watch this video. Bordelaise sauce is one of my favorite sauces. Delicious, not difficult to make. Watch this video and you'll learn how to make it, and oh my gosh, it'll change your life. Anyways, bonne soirée, bon appétit. Oh my gosh, Bordelaise sauce. It is really, I love French sauces, and there's many I love, but this is probably my top 5. So anyways, Bordelaise sauce is what we're going to make tonight. And we're going to put some bone marrow in there. Now, the bone marrow, when you go to your butcher, ask them to cut it in half like this. They have a bandsaw and they can just easily do this. And it's a lot easier to push out the bone marrow, because sometimes you get hardening here. You see the dark stuff here? And that won't push out because it's actually bone. But the white part is what you want. So we're going to chop this anyways and poach it. So yeah, so this is the easiest way to do it. If they won't do it, you can put it in an ice bath and then put it in and try to push it out. If it doesn't push out, put it in warm water and then go back and forth like that. But trust me, ask your butcher just to do this. It's wonderful. Much easier. Okay. So what are you going to need? You're going to need some parsley. You're going to need some thyme. You're going to need a bay leaf. You're going to need 2 shallots diced. You're going to need 2 ounces of butter. And I basically took 1 tablespoon off of that 2 ounces and separated, because you'll see why. You'll need salt and pepper and a bel marinier, which is it's a thickening agent. So basically it's equal parts butter and flour. And you're just going to mush it. Well, here, I'll show you. You just mush it. I've done this in other videos. And you just keep mushing it till it becomes like a paste, like Play-Doh almost. All right? So I'll do that off camera. And what am I missing? Oh, you need, well, that is, you need Bordeaux wine. Something you would drink. Don't taste good, don't use it, because the sauce won't taste good. And one more ingredient, you'll need some good beef stock or brown stock. So this is some stock I made. It's my lighter stock, and I have a video, and you can check it out, where I make beef stock for my French onion soup. Same recipe, except I don't put the tomato paste. That's the only exception. I don't put tomato paste in it. So you'll need 2 cups of that. Just over a cup of red wine. Just, yeah. And anyways, so let me move the camera. Let me show you how to make this. How about that? We'll be right back. All right, so we're back. And I hope this camera position is good for you. So you're gonna need a few pots for this, okay? So I got my saucepan here, and I'm gonna take my butter, and I'm gonna start melting this and drop it. Now I have my French plate on medium-low. I am in no hurry. This pot is filled with water. And I'm just going to bring that to a simmer. Oh, well, if I had the right burner on it, it would be good. There we go. Okay, I always like to look at things. Anyways, I'm just going to put that on. And this is going to be for my beef stock, which I need to reduce. So you got to reduce everything in this recipe. So we're going to drop that beautiful stock in there. And we're just going to forget about that. It's on the heat. I'm going to bring it. So in the center of a French plate, it's the hottest. You go out, it's cooler. So it's easy to work with, and you can do several pans. If you don't have a French plate, no problem. Use burners. So this would be, you're gonna melt your butter. This, you're going to reduce. So you're going to bring it to a simmer. So like, I don't know, a medium-high heat, and then you would lower it. So if, even on the French plate, I tend to take it off and start it on my burner and bring it to where I want it. And then it's easier to use the French plate. Okay. So we're going to just melt our butter, and then we're going to add our shallots. So I got to wait for all this to heat up, so we'll be right back. I should mention also, you're going to soak your bone marrow in cold water for at least an hour. You know, an hour is enough. I usually do an hour and a half, but yeah, it's up to you. Anyways, we'll be back. Once you get your bone marrow out, so you notice, that's why you can't push it out easily. But I save this, and I throw it in my freezer for when I make my stock. And oh my God, the flavor adds to it. Yeah. So make sure you save that. All right. I think we're ready for that. Let's add our shallots in here. And we're just going to cook that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to cook that till it's translucent. And once it's translucent, we will add our wine. And they'll take about 3-4 minutes, something like that. So again, we'll be back, because I'm sure you don't want to watch the shallots slowly cook. But do not brown them. All right, hang in there. We are back. So this was coming to a boil, which is my beef broth, and I brought it on a French plate, because now I just want to do it slowly. It's been 5 minutes on my shallots. Look at the beauty. Nice and translucent, and barely any color. You don't want color. I got a little bit. That's okay. So now we're going to take our wine, 1½ cups, and drop it in there. Take our thyme, drop it in there. Take our bay leaf, drop it in there. And now, patience. This is not a hard dish to make, but it does require some patience. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring it to a gentle boil, and then leave it to a simmer. So lower the heat and let it simmer. So if you have it on a burner, raise your heat, right? In this case, I got it on my French plate, and I'm going to put it in the middle here. And when it comes to boil, I'm just going to bring it back out and let it simmer. This is simmering, which is my beef broth, and I need to be patient with that. And yeah, it's that simple. Now on a burner, just increase the heat and then lower the heat. And that's it. It's that simple. Okay, you just got to use, this is just convenient. That's it. If you do a lot of cooking, a French plate, it's amazing. All right, we'll be back, and we're going to reduce that almost to nothing. And what we're looking for is, in France we call it miroir, which is mirror, and basically the glaze has a reflection, and that's why they call it that. But yeah, we're gonna just reduce this. My broth, I'm gonna add some mine in it to thicken it up if I need to. Only if I need to, which I have a feeling I do. I usually do. So anyways, am I rambling? Okay, we'll be back. So you can see my beautiful wine is reducing. And look how easy, if I bring it to the center, look at that. Bring it to the center, it'll go to an immediate boil. But if I bring it out, and this is the advantage of a French plate, it'll simmer. So it's very easy to do. And my broth, I want to reduce that by half. So we got a ways to go. We're just gonna take these guys and be patient, and we'll be back. Okay, so we got probably another 5 minutes before that is ready for the beef broth. But what I'm going to do now is, notice my water is just simmering here, and I'm going to take my bone marrow and drop it in there. And that is going to add some beauty. Oh my gosh, deliciousness to this. Make sure you don't waste any. There we go. Okay, so, about, I don't know, 6 to 8 minutes. And we'll just gently simmer that. And by then, this will be ready. But look at my stock. It has reduced quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thicken that up. And here's my Belle Mayonnaise. Let me show you that. So I just smushed the flour and butter with a spoon until I get a paste. And I'm just going to take a piece of it, add it in there. And let's just thicken this guy a little bit. Look at this. You see how the mirror is coming? So I probably need to slow that down a little bit. So I'm going to bring it further out from the French plate. You have it on a regular burner. Lower your heat. Alright. I'm going to spin this, and thicken this. Very easy. Now, you do not want to boil, so keep an eye on that. Lower your heat. You just want to simmer, gentle simmer. So adjust your heat for the bone marrow. Okay. So it gets a little tricky here, but you see, it's manageable. Look at my sauce. Well, I should say my beef stock thickening. You see how it's thickening already? Now, I'm going to add a little bit more. And I just add a little bit at a time till I get it to where I want. Now, you're asking, how do I know where I want it at? Well, I want it so it is like clingy to a spoon. So, let's see if I can show you that. See, it's not clinging to it. So we need that a little thicker. Alright, I'm going to put this down and whisk this up. Look at that. I could do holding the camera with my hand. And yeah, it's working. Yeah, still want to thicken that up a little more. So I did about a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of flour to thicken that up. Let's do that again. Oh, look at this. We're starting to get that glaze, that miroir, like the French say, the mirror. You see how it reflects? But we gotta still reduce that some more. Alright, and my beef stock's almost ready. Look at that. beautiful. All right. We'll give it a couple minutes and we'll be back. That, you have the miroir effect. So, like, I reduced that to almost nothing. My stock is ready to go. I'm just going to drop that in there. So we're down to one pan. And we're going to just whisk that up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to reduce that further. Oh, you might be wondering what this is. It's my steamer that I'm going to make a zucchini. I'm also going to make a New York strip steaks with this. So, yeah, deliciousness is coming. Okay, I'm going to be more patient, reduce this for another, I would say about 5-6 minutes. And then we will strain it into a clean pot, which that was for my bone marrow. And I took my bone marrow and I took it out, and now I am going to dry it up gently with a paper towel. Okay, one more thing. We're going to season this guy now. So let me bring my salt over. Put some salt. Put some pepper. Stir that up. And what we're going to do is keep cooking this till the sauce clings to a spoon. So look, see, it's getting there, but not quite. Look how beautiful that is. So we're going to reduce that a little further, but I need to taste that, make sure that it's seasoned enough. Sorry about the camera. I just really need to close up here so you guys can see. Look at that. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God, that's delicious. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Oh, well, we're going to reduce that. Actually, probably it just needs a couple minutes. Enough salt, enough pepper. We're good. Let's give that a couple minutes. All right, we're going to do the spoon test now. So if it clings to, if it clings to the spoon, which it does, look at that. See how it's clinging to it? That's what we want. Okay, now we're going to bring it to a clean pan, and we're going to strain that. Oh! Those copper pans are heavy, but my gosh, they do an amazing job. All right. Put that to the side. Take your spoon, and what you're going to do is just press down. You don't want to waste any of that. And let me tell you, it's worth the time to do that. Oh my gosh. Beauty. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little butter. And I'm going to drop the butter, and this is very important. No tools. We're just going to do a circular motion, and that's finishing the sauce. You don't want to use a whisk. You don't want to use anything but a circular motion. I'm going to bring it back on the heat, and then off the heat. And look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. This is so easy to make. All right, now what we're going to do is let that melt. But it's okay to add my bone marrow to it. All right, and again, nice gentle spin. And you just want to put a little heat on it. And this is the only trick, really. Technique, I should say, in making a beautiful Bordelaise sauce. Now make sure you use Bordeaux wine, because it's traditional. And you know what? Tastes amazing. So I'm going to serve this with 2 New York strip. You can do filet mignons. You could do, oh my gosh, really any your favorite meat. Mashed potatoes, whatever you like. But here you go. Bordelaise sauce. Bon soirée, bon appétit. I hope you enjoyed this video. One of my favorite sauces, but anyways, enjoy. Thank you, my subscribers. You know, I never thought I would get all these subscribers. And yeah, thank you. You guys are amazing.